What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good weekend and good Saturday. New show here. It's like a countdown, but it's a new show. This is called The Best Of, where I pick different wrestlers, different women that I'm a fan of, and I give you the best of their career so far. If they're retired, or still active, or still part of WWE in their prime on the main roster, or in NXT, or in Ring of Honor, or New Japan, wherever. This is called Best Of, where I give you a best of, a list, a best of their matches, some of their my favorite matches of theirs. So this is Best Of. The first episode of Best Of. And this is the best of Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks. This is the best of Sasha Banks. I love her so much. I love her talent. Love her as a wrestler. Love her as her boss character. She is awesome. Big fan of Sasha Banks. I really became a fan of her when she was a heel in NXT in about 2014-15. She was great. And I'm still a fan of her on the main roster. Heel, babyface, doesn't matter. I will always be a Sasha Banks supporter and fan. And I'll never say a bad word about her. I'll never make a joke about her, never bash her, put her down. Never, ever will I do that. So, this is the best of Sasha Banks. Again, it's like a countdown list, but it's not. It's the best of. And I created the best of shows because my countdown shows and my countdown playlist is getting really full with like too many videos. So I had to create a best of. So this is in the playlist of Best Of. It will be the first show in the Best Of playlist. Best of Sasha Banks. Just some of her absolute I got 10 of them. 10 of her matches from the main roster. Best of Sasha Banks on the main roster. WWE matches on the main roster. So the first one, I'll call it number 10. But this is the best of Sasha Banks matches on the main roster. Number 10 would be WrestleMania 32. Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Charlotte. Triple threat for the newly brought back women's title. Lita presented it. It was a great moment. To stop calling them divas. And get rid of that god-awful Divas Championship. Because I was not a fan of that championship. And I wasn't a fan of the word divas. Maybe like 2005, I didn't care that they called them divas, but it was stupid. I mean, just call them women wrestlers or superstars, because that's what they are. So Sasha did not win at WrestleMania 32, but she put on a great performance on a really big, grand stage. Biggest crowd ever in WrestleMania and WWE history in Dallas. WrestleMania 32, Sasha, Becky, Charlotte tore the house down, and it was great. Sasha had Eddie Guerrero ring gear. It was awesome. Number 9, best of Sasha Banks on the main roster. Number 9 is her second women's title reign. Her second ever women's title reign, where her and Charlotte were the main event of Raw on November 28th, 2016. Episode of Raw. November 28th, 2016. Sasha Charlotte Falls Count Anywhere for the women's title. Charlotte won, became the new women's champ. I loved it. I popped. I marked out. I thought it was great. Number 8. And by the way, Charlotte and Sasha the second ever women's main event in Raw history. Only 2 other women did it before them, Lita and Trish. Number 8, Sasha versus Charlotte. Iron Man match at Roadblock, end of the line, in 2016, I believe. I think it was December 2016. That's number 8. Iron Man match, Charlotte, Sasha. I thought it was great. One of my favorite Sasha matches on the main roster. Number 7. Sasha versus Alexa Bliss. I think from December 2017, maybe November, right after Survivor Series. It was at the end of 2017. Sasha versus Alexa in the Middle East. First time ever. There was a women's match in the Middle East. And Sasha and Alexa made history. It was great. Number 6. Survivor Series 2017. Because Sasha was on Team Raw. She's part of Team Red, Team Raw, and Team Raw won. Defeated Team SmackDown women. So that's why this is number 6. Because Sasha was on Team Raw, and Team Raw survived. And I believe it was down to the sole survivors. I know Asuka was one, but Sasha might have been the other sole survivor. I'm not sure. Or it was down to Sasha and Asuka against 3. And then I think Sasha might have got eliminated. Number 5. Hell in a Cell. First ever women's Hell in a Cell match. 2016 Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. That's my number 5. Charlotte again. Sasha versus Charlotte. They kind of overdid their matches in their feud. They wrestled a lot. They wrestled probably too much in 2016. But still, it was a great rivalry. So number 5 is Hell in a Cell. Sasha, Charlotte. Charlotte retained. Or Charlotte won the title back. And all the times Sasha has been women's champion, sadly, I don't think she's ever successfully defended. But who cares? At least she was champion a couple times. I don't really like that. Being a Sasha fan, I don't like it that she never had long title reigns on the main roster, but it doesn't really bother me. Because at least she's champion a couple times. That's all I care about, is that she was champion. I mean, she shouldn't have had a week title reign or like a month. That's very short. But at least it wasn't 24 hours or something. Like they used to do back in the late 90s, 24-hour title reigns. So number 4. Sasha Banks wins the women's gauntlet. Sasha Banks wins the gauntlet on the June, not January. Sasha wins the gauntlet on June 26, 2017 episode of Monday Night Raw. Number 3. Sasha Banks in the 2018 first ever Elimination Chamber match where it came down to Sasha and Alexa Bliss. Sasha was the final 2 with Alexa. So number 3 is Sasha in the 2018 Elimination Chamber. She had a very good showing. And again, she made history. She was part of the first ever Iron Man match in NXT with Bayley. She was part of the first ever women's Iron Man match on the main roster with Charlotte. She's part of the first ever Hell in a Cell. Part of the first ever Elimination Chamber. So Sasha's made history a lot. And she's made history like a legit boss. Number 2. Sasha in the 2018 Royal Rumble. She had a great showing. She lasted a really long time. She looked great. She looked like an Iron Woman. She looked like a Superwoman, Wonder Woman. She was wearing Wonder Woman themed gear. That was pretty cool. And she lasted a very long time. She came down to like, I believe the final 6 or 5 or something like that, or final 4 maybe. But she's in it a very long time. And then Sasha got to face off with Trish. That was awesome. So number 2 is Sasha Banks' performance in the 2018 Royal Rumble match for the women. I believe she lasted about 45 minutes. Was the amount of time. It was like 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. It was one of those times. Number 1, best of Sasha Banks on the main roster. Number 1 is Sasha's first ever women's title reign on the main roster. Sasha became the women's champion for the first time on the main roster at SummerSlam 2016. Now the match was kind of sloppy. And Charlotte, I love Charlotte, but she dropped her on the top rope. Looked like she really could have injured Sasha's back. And then, like a couple months after that, I believe going into Hell in a Cell, Sasha had a pretty bad back injury and worked through it because being dropped on the top rope on her back, it was not good. But I was very happy that she won the women's title on the main roster for the first time. I popped, I marked out, I enjoyed it. Number 1 is Sasha's first ever women's title win at SummerSlam 2016. This ends my best of Sasha Banks matches on the main roster. If you're a Sasha fan, keep being one. She's great. She's awesome. She's one of the best wrestlers WWE has. She is one of the best. She's one of the best along with Asuka, Becky, Charlotte, and Bayley. And there's Natalya is very good also. Those are just my personal favorites, and they're all very good in the ring. But Sasha, she's very good. She is probably my second or third favorite woman in the WWE is probably Sasha. She's number 2 or 3. Number 1 is Asuka. So this was best of Sasha Banks. I gave you 10 matches, 10 moments that I really, really enjoyed of Sasha Banks so far in the main roster. Hopefully, she's on the main roster in the company for the next 10 years at least, because she is damn good, and I really love watching her wrestle and love watching her work, and she needs to be a heel again, because that is the best Sasha Banks. That is when she's at her absolute best as a heel. Bye for now, everybody.